Have you ever wondered what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? That's the kind of cosmic showdown we're talking about today. It's the ultimate battle of DC versus Marvel, a clash of titans that could rewrite reality itself. On one side, we have Dr. Manhattan, the being who sees all of time as a single and changing moment. On the other, the Scarlet Witch, whose chaos magic can unravel the very fabric of existence. This isn't just a fight, it's a philosophical debate played out with unimaginable power. We've seen them both reshape their universes, but what happens when they face each other? Who blinks first? Who has the final say on what is real? Get ready, because we're diving deep into the powers, philosophies, and potential outcomes of the most requested rematch in comic book history, Dr. Manhattan versus the Scarlet Witch, one more time. Let's start with the blue guy himself, Dr. Jonathan Osterman. Before he became a god, he was a brilliant physicist. After a lab accident disintegrated him, he painstakingly rebuilt himself, atom by atom. The result wasn't a man anymore, it was something far beyond. Dr. Manhattan perceives time differently than we do. For him, the past, present, and future are all happening simultaneously. He experiences every moment of his existence at once. Imagine knowing the outcome of every conversation before it even begins. This isn't just precognition, it's a state of being. This unique perception is the source of his seeming apathy. If everything is predetermined, what's the point of interfering? He's a puppet who can see the strings, and that makes him one of the most terrifyingly passive beings in all of fiction. His powers are a direct extension of his understanding of physics. He can manipulate matter and energy on a quantum level. This means he can create life, disintegrate anything from a tank to a person, teleport across galaxies, and even construct entire universes from scratch. He's not just playing with the laws of physics, he is the laws of physics made manifest. When he rebooted the entire DC universe for the New 52, it wasn't an act of anger, it was an experiment, like a scientist changing variables in a petri dish. To fight Dr. Manhattan is to fight the concept of causality itself. Now, let's turn our attention to the Mistress of Chaos, Wanda Maximoff. Her origin is one of the most reckoned in comics, but one thing remains constant, her immense and terrifying power. Wanda is a nexus being, a living focal point for the mystical energies of her entire universe. But her primary weapon is chaos magic. This isn't the structured, spell-based magic of Doctor Strange. Chaos magic is the power to manipulate probability and, at its peak, to warp reality itself. Think of it as the universe's source code, and Wanda has the ultimate admin privileges. Her power is tied directly to her emotions. When she's stable, she can cast hexes that cause bad luck. But when she's grieving or enraged, her power explodes to a world-altering scale. We all remember the iconic No More Mutants moment from the House of M storyline. With just 3 words, she rewrote reality and depowered over 90% of the mutant population across the globe. She didn't just cast a spell, she declared a new truth, and the universe had no choice but to obey. She has created entire realities, like the one where she had children, and has even challenged beings who embody cosmic forces. Wanda's power is the ultimate wildcard, the chaotic variable in the universe's grand equation. She represents the idea that nothing is set in stone, and that a single will can change everything. So, the stage is set. In one corner, we have absolute order and determinism in Dr. Manhattan. In the other, we have absolute chaos and possibility in the Scarlet Witch. This fight isn't about who punches harder, it's a battle of fundamental forces. Let's imagine the first move. Dr. Manhattan, existing in all moments at once, would already remember the entire fight before it begins. He would see every possible move Wanda could make, every spell she could cast, every reality she could try to warp. From his perspective, the outcome is already decided. He could simply choose to not engage, perceiving the fight as a trivial, foregone conclusion. Or, he could decide to end it before it starts, reaching back in time to prevent Wanda from ever gaining her powers. Or even more simply, he could disintegrate her on a subatomic level before she can even think a single thought. On paper, this seems like an instant win for Manhattan. How can you fight someone who knows your every move and can erase you from existence with a gesture? But this is where the Scarlet Witch's unique power comes into play. Her chaos magic is the antithesis of Manhattan's deterministic world. It's the power of pure, unadulterated possibility. Could Dr. Manhattan truly predict the actions of a being whose very nature is to defy probability and logic? Chaos magic doesn't follow the rules of physics that Manhattan masters. It follows the rules of narrative and emotion. So, Wanda's first move might not be a direct attack. It could be a reality warp. She could utter a phrase like, "No more quantum gods." And what would happen then? Would the universe bend to her will, stripping Manhattan of his powers? Or would Manhattan's own control over reality override her declaration? It's a cosmic paradox. Her power attacks the very foundation of his. He is a being of science and order, she is a being of magic and chaos. Here is a fascinating thought. Dr. Manhattan's one known weakness is a flood of tachyons, particles that obscure his vision of the future. This creates a blind spot, a moment of true uncertainty for him. While Wanda doesn't naturally produce tachyons, her chaos magic could theoretically create a similar effect. She could create a probability storm so dense and unpredictable that even Manhattan couldn't see through it. In that moment of uncertainty, he would be vulnerable for the first time. He would be forced to react in the present, just like a normal person, and in that single moment, Wanda could strike. Let's explore another scenario. The fight could become a battle of realities. Wanda creates a world where she is supreme, a world without science, only magic. But Manhattan, being a multiversal being, could simply exist outside of her warped reality and observe it. He could then deconstruct it, atom by atom, or create a counter-reality. We could see a psychedelic war of shifting existences, a patchwork of their desires laid over one another. A universe where Manhattan's cold, clockwork precision clashes with Wanda's vibrant, emotional chaos. Who would win that war of attrition? It could come down to their core philosophies. Dr. Manhattan is fundamentally passive. He acts only when his curiosity is piqued or when he sees it as part of the unchangeable script of time. Wanda, on the other hand, is driven by fierce, raw emotion, love, grief, and rage. Her will to change things is infinitely stronger than his. While he might see the fight as pointless, she would see it as everything. Her will to protect her loved ones or to correct a perceived injustice could fuel her magic to unprecedented levels. Could Wanda's sheer, desperate willpower be the one variable that Manhattan's quantum brain can't account for? Could she will a new outcome into existence, one that he didn't foresee? This brings us to the most likely conclusion. This fight wouldn't end with a knockout. It would end with a choice. For Dr. Manhattan to win, he would have to care enough to act decisively. He would have to choose to erase Wanda from the timeline, a simple act for him, but an act that requires intent. For Wanda to win, she would have to overwhelm a being who embodies the very structure of the universe. So, here's my take on the final outcome. In a direct confrontation, Dr. Manhattan's ability to control space-time and matter on a fundamental level gives him the ultimate advantage. Before Wanda could utter a single spell, he would have already foreseen it and acted. He could simply decide the fight is over, and it would be. However, the win condition is tricky. If Wanda's goal is to introduce chaos and uncertainty into Manhattan's perfect, deterministic world, she might win just by existing. Her very presence is a challenge to his worldview. She could perhaps force him into a state of true uncertainty, which to a being like him, would be a form of defeat. She might not be able to destroy him, but she could break his understanding of reality, forcing him to experience the terrifying chaos of the unknown, just like the rest of us. Ultimately, I have to give the edge to Dr. Manhattan, but with a major asterisk. His power is more absolute, more fundamental. But the Scarlet Witch is the ultimate deus ex machina, the one character whose powers are literally defined as breaking the rules. In most scenarios, Manhattan wins by being too fast, too powerful, and too knowledgeable. But in that 1 in a trillion scenario where Wanda's chaos magic creates a blind spot, where her will to change reality overwhelms his passive observation, she could achieve the impossible. It's the perfect stalemate, the god who knows everything that will happen, versus a witch who can make anything happen. What do you guys think? Who takes it in this cosmic clash of titans? Let me know your theories and scenarios down in the comments. I'd love to read what you all come up with. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more epic battles. See you in the next one.